Hi there, this is Adrienne Green, Realtor with Sampson Properties, and today I wanted to share with other realtors 2 simple changes you can make to the words that you use in certain situations to greatly increase the efficacy of your communication. We have to communicate with people all the time, and our ability to do so well is a major part of our jobs. When we're working with clients, when we're negotiating offers, when we want to keep things in as good a position as possible with the other side for a potential offer, it's important that we communicate well and that we communicate effectively. And there are 2 minor tweaks that you can make that I personally have made to my communication methods, and I have found have greatly increased my ability to communicate well with people. The first is saying thank you instead of I'm sorry. All the time, especially in emails, people apologize. I'm sorry for not getting back to you sooner, or I'm sorry that I did this, or I'm sorry that I didn't see your prior message. And it really doesn't create a good vibe or a good rapport for the communication. And often, instead, we can say thank you to the person for what they have done in this situation. So all the time people say they're sorry for something time related. I'm sorry for not getting back to you sooner, or something of that nature. And it's really a lot more positive, and again creates better rapport to instead say thank you for your patience, or thank you for waiting as I was able to get the time to respond, and really creating a positive instead of that defensive I'm sorry situation all the time. And so for me, whenever I want to type or say I'm sorry, I think, what can I thank the other person for in this situation instead? And so if I'm ever interacting with you and I say I'm sorry, you guys know it's a big thing, because I'm happy to apologize if something is actually my fault, but often we're not actually apologizing for something we did wrong. We're just trying to improve this dynamic in a bit, and saying thank you and acknowledging something the other person has done in the situation works a lot better. The second thing I wanted to say is that often we can replace but in a situation with and that creates, again, a much more effective communication and a much better rapport with the other person. When you say but in a situation, you're dismissing the entire first part of that sentence. So I understand that, for an example, I understand that you were doing your best, but it wasn't good enough. That's pretty harsh, right? It's a little bit nicer to say, I understand you were doing your best and it wasn't good enough. I mean, that's still kind of harsh, but it softens it so that we understand the duality of the situation and we respect that duality, and we're giving proper, credit to the first part of that sentence, which is often the positive part of the sentence. So we sometimes have to deal with situations that have a duality as realtors. For example, right now in my area, we have a shortage of supply, and so it's a very tough situation for some buyers where we have houses going above list price by significant amounts, multiple offers and things like that. So rather than saying, I understand that this is, $500,000 is your max purchase price, but that's not enough. That's kind of a harsh saying to have that button there. We can say instead, I understand that $500,000 is your max purchase price, and I'm worried that might not be enough to get the house that you're dreaming of. That would be a nicer thing. And you could replace that with but and see the difference. I understand that $500,000 is your max purchase price, but that might not be enough to get the house you're dreaming of. That kind of gives people, a punch to the gut. But if we say, I understand that $5,000 is your max purchase price, and that might not be enough to get the house you're dreaming of, it's a little less harsh, and that allows us to elaborate and show that we are problem solving and we're trying to find a solution here. So we could follow it up by saying, options are either increasing that max purchase price or adjusting our expectations for the house. Maybe we're looking in a different area or for a different type of house that we can easily achieve with that $500,000 max purchase price. So that's one example of how replacing but with and creates a more positive rapport in this communication and increases our chances of a positive outcome, therefore. So So those are two quick little things that I want to pass along for you, a quick little tip to realtors or other people who are working in service industries to increase your efficacy when you communicate. So to recap real quick, what we do first is we always say thank you instead of I'm sorry as much as possible. And second, we try and replace but with and in our written and oral communications. I hope this was helpful for you. If so, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. I try to share my realtor tips and tricks with other people who are working as realtors because we all want to help each other and succeed and do well. Thank you so much and have a great day.